Hey, what's going on? I want to talk real quick about how to get into fitness modeling. This is one of the more popular blogs that I've written on modestlyrefined.com, and I think talking it through with you is going to give you a better understanding as well, and hopefully I can provide you with some insight and help you if you do want to get into fitness modeling. If you have any questions, drop it below. I will love to answer it for you. And I just want to provide kind of my own insight from what I've done in the industry over the last 5 years. I've landed multiple covers, multiple spreads. I've done some stuff with Muscle Tech as a supplement company. I've done commercials for Reebok. I've done modeling for Nike Golf. I've done stuff with ESPN the magazine. So I've done a handful of different things, but I want to kind of give you the insight on what really happens when it comes to fitness modeling. Now, there's a lot of different avenues that you can go down when it comes to modeling, simply because some people think like a cover model is fitness modeling. Some people would say be doing like a Reebok commercial, or think of any commercial that you see where someone's having to like field a ground ball and throw to first base. They need to find actual talent that knows how to do that versus a model who might not know how to field a ground ball. That can go for any sport, any company, any clothing line. They need to find someone that can play that part. So if you're somewhat athletic and you do have a background in that, you do have the ability to be of a service to a company looking to hire models. Now, if your goal is just to be like on a cover, more times than not, you're gonna have to pay money in order to do that, simply because you're gonna have to pay the photographer. Now, photographers can charge whatever they decide to charge, but when you do shoot with them, try to shoot with someone who at least can get the connection to these magazines or publications or online publications. If you're just gonna go shoot with a photographer that has no connections, not a bad thing, you can build your portfolio, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna get you, to the spread or to the cover that you're hoping for. So look and search out photographers that have those connections, whether you're male or female. You wanna be able to utilize those images to the best of your ability. Second thing is, if you do wanna try to get more into like the active modeling, like active wear, whether it's with clothing lines or clothing and shoe companies, you're gonna probably wanna find an agency. So there's a couple around the United States that are all pretty good, but you need to find an agency, someone that's gonna book you for these certain things. It becomes very difficult if you're trying to do it on your own, and at the same time, you're probably not going to be able to get in as if you did have an agency. So for example, I'm with Sports and Lifestyle Unlimited. They look for people, like I mentioned earlier, that can actually play a role in a specific thing, and then that's who's going to find you work. Now, if you're in LA and New York, you have a much better chance than if you're sitting in Phoenix right now, where it's 115 degrees, no one's shooting here. When it comes to that as well, you're going to make more money doing kind of that type of stuff than if you try to do all fitnessy stuff. So it's complicated in a sense. First off, fitness is the lowest paying modeling gig type thing that you can do. Like, you see Victoria's Secret models are making millions of dollars. If you're a fitness model, you're probably paying money in order to get popular. So it's one of those things where it's not as glamorous as you would think, and you want to provide a little bit more value than just standing there and posing. So you'll make more if you can do more than just that. So it's not necessarily glamorous, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people try to get into it and they take photos. You have to understand that there's like tens and thousands of people that are in great shape. So what's going to separate you from someone else? If you're trying to get in magazines, first reach out to an editor and provide them content. Can you write? Can you film good video? Can you talk about helping other people, whether it's through your writing or whether it's through your experiences or through your background? That's going to allow you then to get in. And there's a lot of things. I've been on multiple covers, but I've also had to do multiple free work for these types of publications, so that I'm on the radar, and so that when something does come up, I'm able to jump in and I'll get the gig. So it's not like it's something that you can just say, hey, I'm in great shape, look at me, here are some images, I want to be on your cover. It doesn't really work that way, because there are tens of thousands of people that look great too, and people that are farther along than you are, that have provided much more value to these editors, have provided them content, have provided them research, that have done a lot of other things and built relationships than just some random person sending out some good images of them. So that part of it depends on what you want to do. There's always going to be an anomaly, someone that does that and they're in great shape and they end up taking off, and that's the rest is history. If you want to go to LA and you want to book more of like Reebok and Nike and Adidas and those types of things, you're going to be hustling from gig to gig to gig. You're going to get turned down a lot, but you're also going to have the opportunity to make more money. Some of those commercials and things like that could pay anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, $10,000 based on what it is that you're doing, but you're also competing against a lot of other fit people that would play that role as well. In that case, you have to build a pretty good portfolio, you have to have a good agent, and you have to be hustling your ass off in order to get those types of things. So I think that kind of covers some of the stuff that I wanted to cover. I know I'm just ranting here. I'm this is one take, so hopefully I didn't miss anything. Find really good photographers, find an agency, send your portfolio and all that other stuff out to different agencies, see which ones take you. You're probably gonna get a lot of rejection starting out, that's okay. You need to decide if you wanna do more full-time stuff, if you wanna be in LA or New York. If you wanna do some of the local things, you can do that as well. Think more active model, that's where it's gonna pay more money versus bodybuilder. Nothing wrong with that at all, but if you really wanna truly make a long-term living in it, you're gonna have to do more than just pose in front of the camera. But also it depends on how you can utilize those images to help build a brand, so on and so forth. That's a whole other conversation. I hope that helped. I hope that covered some of the stuff that I needed to. If you do have questions, once again, just drop it below, and I wish you luck in your journey to become a fitness model.